Hello, good evening, one and all. Hope you're all having a fabulous weekend. We are back again for another live show as we do another review after yesterday's game, which ended obviously in a 1-0 win for us. Which, yeah, I mean, look, it's we're gonna get into it, but it was a very lethargic performance, I think I can describe it as. And we're going to get into the fine details of how the game happened, and we're going to do a few player ratings this evening too, and just discuss the game, share our thoughts. And as always, I'd love to hear what you made of the game. If you was there or if you've watched the highlights, let me know in the chat as well what you made overall. And yeah, obviously do make sure you drop a like on the video as well if you're just coming in. And subscribe to the channel as well. And like I said, everybody that isn't able to watch live, obviously post your comments on what you made of the game as well. Obviously, because I know people can't always watch it live. So yeah, of course it is Bank Holiday weekend. But obviously a time win always makes us feel happier. And yeah, the 100% record continues, which is fantastic, isn't it? So yeah, we move on to the next one, which of course is the cup in midweek against Walsall before a Yorkshire derby against Rotherham next weekend, of course, away from home. So yeah, but yeah, let's say a few hellos before we get into the show, guys. Origin said, big up Ryan, hope you're well, having a good day. Nice win for Town. Yeah, we did make it hard work for ourselves, and I think it was another opponent, then it would have been a different score. Yeah, certainly if it was if it would have been a better team, then we would have got punished. That's the reality. So yeah, but yeah, big up to you. Michael Duff knows that as well, and that's what I like about Duff. I'm sure he will be telling the lads about performance and need to be playing better next time. Yeah, we are going to get into Michael Duff's comments a bit later on as well, which I forgot to mention. I was kind of surprised with what he said in that. That's the first time that first time being kind of like, oh, didn't expect him to be as happy as maybe he was. It's okay, we won the game, but I think we really did drop below the standards that he set. That's very high. So I was a bit surprised. But we'll get into it and share our thoughts. But hopefully, he did. Obviously tell the lads, in the dressing room. Obviously told them what they need to do better next time and things. But we're gonna have to see. But I think hopefully he would have done. Blue Terry says Shrewsbury are hard team to play against. The players put in a lot of effort, but I think the decision making could have been better. Yeah, I just think we lacked in so many areas. To be honest with you, we did. We just looked. We just looked off it. To be honest with you, we will get into it though. But yeah, thank you for your contribution. We will get into it in a moment. You, Ryan, hope you're okay. Have a great day. Yeah, big up to you, Joshua. Hello there. Another win. It's about just keep winning those games. It's funny, isn't it? Like we've had obviously we've had a couple of wins now, and it's like, whoa, we're not used to winning games, so it's a refreshing change. Let's put it like that. But anyway, guys, let's get stuck into it then. So let's have a look at the lineup, the starting lineup that obviously we began the game with. Of course, Nichols starting goal. Obviously, Sorensen and Miller as the wing backs, and then of course you've got Hellick in the middle there in the defence. Spencer and Lees in the back three. Obviously, Ben Wiles, Evans, and Hogg in the midfield with Danny Ward and Marshall coming in. So Marshall got a start, which was good, wasn't it? But look, I was a bit surprised with this line, from being honest with you, and let me know your thoughts in the chat here. But for me, I was surprised that Danny Ward was starting again, and I was surprised that Koroma had been dropped, especially because he'd been playing so well lately. Obviously, he scored last week as well. I didn't expect him to be out of the team this week, so obviously it was nice to see Healy back on the bench. I did understand that Healy, was on the bench, because I just think you can't risk him. You can't risk him. So obviously, if there was any risk element, don't start him. I understood that decision, especially with his injury record. So that's fair enough for me. There is a few question marks. Hogg, is Hogg really meant to be a regular starter in this side? Okay. What I will say is Hogg is the real leader in that squad, on the pitch. He talks a lot. It's a squad that it doesn't really talk much throughout the game. So when Hogg's in there, obviously it makes it a lot better. He's not scared to say stuff. So I don't know. I think Kasumu could have probably done a better job, but I don't know. I think Hogg was a bit worse, wasn't he? Not the only one, of course. Of course, Herbie Kane wasn't on the bench, and apparently he has picked up an injury, which is a groin injury, which obviously is meant to rule him out for a few weeks, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. But let's have a look at your comments then. Evening, Twirly Dolls Football TV. Hello there. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Please do make sure to drop a like on the video, guys. If you're coming into the stream, it does help with the algorithm. And subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 700 subscribers. Can you believe we are getting closer by the day? So I really appreciate all the love and support. Definitely need another strike, and the way Nagel is talking next makes me think they have something pretty much done. I mean, look, we're going to get into it, but I agree. I think we still are short. We're still a few players short, in my opinion, and a striker is one of them. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this next week plays out, the final week of the window, and I think it is a big week for us. If you can get in one or two more players in, I'd certainly feel a lot more happier. It's not that I'm not happy now. I just think I would be more happier if we can actually get, a few more players through the door, in my opinion. So yeah, but let's hope you're right, Blue Terrier. I had a shock in fantasy EFL. Yeah, I had a shock. Yeah, guys, we will be updating you guys with the EFL fantasy league table that we've got on at the moment. The last thing I'll do at the end of the show. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Aiden's in. He said, hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Yeah, big up to you, Aiden. Hello there. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. My wonderful mod on this channel. Make sure you smash likes and subscribe here. Big up to you. Thank you so much. So, look, we're going to get into the game. And obviously, the first half, we're going to take you through the game as it happens, guys. Obviously, in the second minute here, Shrewsbury had their first through on goal. Marquis thinks he's through on goal, challenging Nichols for the first time this afternoon. But obviously, the flag is raised despite his efforts. So that was in the second minute of the game. So it was a bit of a tentative start, but we did find out we did start to create a few chances of our own. It didn't take long. In the 4th minute, a very big chance for Marshall. Miller, great ball across the face of the goal where Marshall almost meets it, but he just mistimed his run before he can give Town their opener. So yeah, it was a good chance, a beautiful ball in, and yeah, it was just mistimed by Marshall. The next course of action was in the 6th minute. Obviously, we did have a corner. We got our first corner in the 6th minute. Sorensen with some excellent play. but obviously crossed the ball into the box, but it was well defended by Shrewsbury. And then I'm going to take the banner off to go. There we are. In the 13th minute, another chance for Marshall. Lees obviously switches the play to find Miller on the wing, finds Marshall right in front of the keeper. But despite almost looking certain, his header is kicked away by Savin to deny Town the lead. So we were getting in there, we were getting chances, and it was all the majority, obviously a lot of the chances were from us, of course. And then after that, that was when the goal happened, guys. After that, 20 minutes on the clock, Marshall finds the back of the net, and of course Spencer was crossing the ball into the box, and despite not initially meeting the Town shirt, the deflection found Marshall, who chests it down and slots it past Savin from a tight angle to give us the lead. And you thought at that point, right, come on, let's push on now and let's, get another goal or two. And of course, it didn't pan out that way. The chances did keep coming though, however, but a chance fell to Shrewsbury. It was a good response by them. It was off the bar from O'Reilly. I mean, look, what a save by Nichols this was. He tipped it up, he tipped his fingertips, tipped it onto the bar. But it was a good strike from Shrewsbury. But again, the master of our own downfall, guys. Giving the ball away, being very sloppy, and it resulted in this. And I think that Shrewsbury were a very poor side. Let's not kid ourselves too much, guys. They were a very poor side. Had they, so, but they did have chances, and that worries me. It worries me that they have such good chances from our bad play, guys, and this is the reality. Now Town, obviously, a few crossings the box which came to nothing. Now Shrewsbury again got through again. 27th minute, Marquis seems to be through on goal, managing to beat Town's defence and put himself one-on-one with the keeper. But Nichols times it well to nicely block his shot with his left heel. So it was a good save again by Nichols. And thank goodness for him, because, we really were just not, the defence weren't helping at all. Another chance came as well a bit later in the first half. Almost for Evans. So Hellick's through ball is met by Miller on the wing, whose cross is headed to goal by Evans. However, his touch isn't clean enough to remain target. Instead, seeing the ball fly over the bar and into the south stands. So it was a story of we were getting chances, but we weren't finishing them, guys. And this is the issue. Clinical. We have to be clinical, and we weren't. We already had a few chances, and we just couldn't find the goal. Again, obviously, it's a chance for the skipper, who finds the ball at his feet following a Town free kick. Harry strike goes over the bar, and gains the end of the score for us this campaign. So again, we continue to push, and of course, that was pretty much it for the half. And yeah, so look, my summary of the first half, in honesty, is that, as I said, I thought it was a very nicely taken goal by Marshall after a brilliant delivery in by Miller, who I thought was outstanding. It's just, again, defensively, like I said, we've gone through numerous chances in that first half. We're just giving away far too many chances. We really have. And we were lucky not to have conceded, really, if we're being brutally honest here. I think Miller definitely was the standout performer of the half. And Shrewsbury was still in the game at half-time. So that was a few key points that I kind of want to highlight in that first half that I took away from it. But let's get in the comments before we get into the second half. Aiden says, who was the last match to win his first 3 games at Huddersfield? Oh my, that it was a while that, wasn't it? I think I saw something about that actually, but when I was scrolling through my, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm sure I have seen it somewhere, but I didn't note it. Yeah, it was over 4 years ago, so yeah, I don't know. I have seen it, but I can't remember. Ace says, don't get me wrong, I like Brody Spencer. He's a good player, but yesterday I thought it was Puller because he was too slow. Yeah, Brody did slow the game down a lot, didn't he, to be honest with you? Now, for me, Brody, and I'm not making excuses, but Brody does need to be on the right side, guys. You know, he's naturally right-footed, and I think he looks a bit uncomfortable on the left-hand side. And yeah, it shows because every time he receives his left, he always has to go back onto his right. So it is a problem, and that's why I think we need a left-sided centre half with pace to enable Spencer to go onto the right of the back three. But yeah, so yeah, he was poor though. He was poor. Keep for Shrewsbury Town. Toby Savin was close to joining United a month ago, but he failed 2 medicals. Fair enough. But yeah, let's get into the second half then, guys. So no changes at the break, and we will go on. Here we are. Let me just move the screen down so I know where I am. Now Shrewsbury again. Getting behind, Marquise thinks he's away in the opening 2 minutes as he breaks down the middle, but the flag is raised as he enters the box. But again, I just think it was far too easy for them to get in, guys. Now we did make a substitution in the 51st minute. Sadly, Brody Spencer did come off with an injury. He was seen going off the pitch. He had his arm in a sling. And that is quite worrying. Now, whether that was a precaution, obviously Pearson came on for him. But yeah, Spencer picking up that injury, it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. And another reason why we desperately need to get another centre back in, guys, especially on that left hand side, is that the pace at the back is incredibly worrying. Without Brody, if he's going to be missing for a few weeks, we haven't got. Hellick has got pace, but we can't be starting Lees and Pearson in the back three, I'm afraid, because you're just going to get done. I think that is the worry. So yeah, it is one of those, isn't it? But hopefully it's not too bad. But it did look bad, to be honest with you. Now, obviously, there was a slower pace to the opening stage of the second half as we look to break downfield. But we're struggling to build any real momentum at the moment. So yeah, it was a bit of an unsettler there. And then a few minutes later, Marshall forcing Savin into another save. It was a fantastic save. Wiles' ball travels down the wing where Ward times has been perfect to meet it before he's passed across the face of the goal. Finds Marshall. He's denied at close range by the keeper. I think, really, though, we're being critical. I think Marshall should have scored. Marshall had so many chances in this game, didn't he? Now, then there was a triple change in the 68th minute. You know, obviously, Duff looking to French things up. Marshall, Ward, and Evans coming off for Karoma, Healy, and Kasumu. So, yeah. And then again, a chance for Town a few minutes after that. Almost immediate impact for Healy. Karoma passes to our number 11 in the box, but despite running past the visitors' defence, Healy's shot goes wide before he can claim his first goal of the afternoon. So yeah, it was a good. It was a good chance, and for me, again, he should have at least got it on target. Now again, Kasumu makes his way towards goal and across the box, healing the area, but the striker just mistimed his run and can't quite stretch to make a connection with the pass. Yeah, it was a really inviting ball through from Kasumu. But yeah, Healy was just couldn't. It was just too far ahead of him, wasn't it? And then a few minutes later, a big chance for Healy. You know, one-on-one with the keeper. Very central of the field. And Savin, who ultimately blocks his shot, which was travelling towards the bottom left-hand corner of the net. So yeah, it was a big chance, and Healy should have put that away. And then in the 90th minute, off the bar from JK. So JK was getting the axe, it hit the post. It was Crow and meets Kasuma's cross before he strike hits the bar. But the flag is raised, so it wouldn't have counted regardless, however. And then there was a late change, guys. Your Pender came on for Ben Wiles in deep into injury time. But yeah, and then obviously the full-time whistle did go, and we did win the game 1-0. Look, obviously, like I said, you know, Marshall's first half strike keeps all 3 points for us. I think it was very evident it was very sloppy play throughout the entire 90 minutes defensively. The visitors, Shrewsbury, will really rue their missed chances as well, because they had a few good chances, especially in the first half. It was a bit disappointing for us, but a win is a win. It's another win, and that's it, you know. And I think for me, like I said earlier, you can look at it two ways, really, can't you? You know, we played really poorly, but we still won. But then if you look at it from another angle and you think to yourself, if we was up against a better team, and no disrespect to Shrewsbury, but if we were up against a better team in this division, then we would have been punished. That's the reality of it. So, yes, we won the game, and we're happy for that. But I don't really think you can take too much away from this win, because it was a very lackluster, poor performance across the board. I think, like I said, defensively it was very shaky. Midfield, just not doing enough. Hogg giving away the ball away too many times. You know, Wiles just... We talked about Wiles. Wiles needs to be consistent. And he had a good start to the season, but he's slowed off again. And his touches aren't that great. You know, he's not making movements that he was doing previously. And not wanting... He doesn't seem to want the ball. And Evans has been pretty much non-existent as well, I'm afraid. I think, apart from the Peterborough game, Evans hasn't done any. Evans really hasn't been able to get into the game. So I don't know. I just think it was a performance full of very sloppy play. The build-up was far too slow, wasn't it? You know, sideways, backwards all the time. Too much. In fact, not all the time. It looked too much for my liking. No intensity, no urgency. And yeah. So I think that's kind of what my thoughts are. Thought Pearson didn't do anything wrong when he came on, but I do get me about his pace. Yeah, I'm not having a dig at Pearson. To be fair though, I'm not Pearson's biggest fan, and I'll always say that. I think he, you know, when it comes to Pearson, I don't entirely feel comfortable when he's on the ball, because I think he's going to make a mistake. It's like he's got a mistake every time he gets the ball. And you don't know what he's going to do with it. You know, I don't know. I just feel a bit uneasy when he's on the ball, because he's not a ball playing defender, and I just think the pace. You can't play Lees and Pearson at the back at the same time, because that it just completely eradicates the pace. You know, with Hellick and Spencer, and then you've got obviously Lees that has been starting recently. Then you've got a bit more pace about you, but you've got Lees who's a bit slower, but he's still complements the back three. So I don't know. That's just my view. Healy can't be missing them one-on-one chances, in my opinion. Yeah, no, he can't. No, he absolutely can't. It's not like him though, is he? He probably was, obviously, because he's been a bit rusty lately. Obviously, he's not played for a few weeks. I don't think it was Birmingham we were playing. Yeah, I mean, any team that is at look, obviously Charlton started well. Any team that's in and around the playoffs, I think, yeah, we would have been in trouble. If we were up against a better team, they probably would have punished our mistakes more, but equally, they would have given us more gaps to exploit, then probably been more expansive. Yeah, good point to be fair. Yeah, good point. But I just think, if you just look at our mistakes and what we were doing, I think we were just far too wasteful with the ball. But yeah, good point there. There would be more gaps in behind, wouldn't there? Have you seen Nicholas' tweets? No, I haven't. Has he put some tweets out this evening? I haven't seen them, but I can have a look. I don't believe he's put any tweets. I think he put a tweet out last night about, obviously, he's had an exciting weekend. See, mentioned Townsend, obviously. But yeah. So look, like I said, there were a lot of things that I weren't happy with the performance, but we just have to learn from it. I think the thing is for me though is it's been pretty clear that the past few games, Stevenage as well. If you look at the Stevenage game as well, it did. We were similar like in that game as well, where yes, okay, you could say that we were more in control, but to that penalty that we gave away and injury time, and obviously that took the gloss off the win a little bit there. I didn't think we played that particularly well in the second half, apart from obviously the goal from Wiles. But yeah, it's one of those. Oh, is that what it is? So look, I don't really see the tweets that he actually put out, to be fair. I don't see the replies that he's put out to people responding to anything as of no. Let me just have a look. Let me just scroll down a little bit. See if there's any. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on. Now we're gonna go on to let's have a look at the stats then, guys, for this game. Obviously, we did dominate the ball, 69% to their 31. We had 12 shots to their 9. We had 5 on target. They had 3. We had 5 corners to their 2, and a few other stats there for you. But yeah, look, it did show the domination of where we had most of the ball, but we just weren't able to finish off the job, and like I said, we had more than enough chances to finish that game, but we just couldn't seem to do it. So yeah. But let's have a look at Duff's comments after the game, which I did say I was a bit surprised with what he said. He did say he was delighted. They had the hardest games to win. Everyone just rocks up and thinks, oh, we're going to win 5. It's never that easy. He said we had enough chances to win the game comfortably. Look, for me, delighted with the win, but I'm not sure delighted with the performance. I don't think so. Yes, they are very tricky games because they are playing, they were playing with a low block, Shrewsbury, and they did counter very well. Now, that comment about we think we're going to rock up and you know, we're going to win 5-0. I don't think people expected that at all. I just think we wanted a better performance. We wanted, you know, maybe a 2-3 goal margin. We weren't asking for a 5-0 win. So I'm not really sure who he's referring to when he's saying everyone just, you know, everyone just thinks we're going to rock up and win 5-0. I don't think anybody said that. You know, we don't take anybody lightly in this league. But the reality is, I think we fell below the standards. And I agree, we did have enough chance to win the game comfortably. I agree with that bit. He said about finding a way. We found a way to win. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have to find a point when we're getting beat from somewhere. Today we found a way to win. Can we be a bit more clinical? Is probably the only critique. So again, he's only talking about the clinic. He thinks that the only critique is about the clinical of our, you know, how clinical we are. But if we're looking at our defensive situation, surely he wouldn't have been happy with that. So I don't know. I just found his comments a bit strange. I didn't expect him to say what he did, to be honest with you. I do agree with quite a bit of what he's saying, but I do think I'm not too sure that how you can just say you know, the only critique we can give is that we need to be a bit more clinical, and that you know, to be fair, I get what he's saying, because he would have been more clinical and we would have been, you know, 2-3 goals up. But I still think we were gifting them chances, so that's what I mean. And then he went to say, it's a new league, we need to learn new habits. I thought some of the football was good, some of the chances we created opened them right. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think some of the football was good. We did have a few good moments, but they were very hard to come by, to be honest. And I'm tough on the missed chances. Callum's had an unbelievable chance. The 1v1 kills us at the end. It's a good bit of play, we didn't score it. Ultimately, we won the game. That's 4 on the spin now. Another clean sheet, so there are positives. Yeah, look, obviously, you know, I agree with what he said there. You know, he's another clean sheet as well, which I don't know how though. He did mention about the Spencer injury. He's not seen it. He didn't look great. I think obviously when they put their arm in the sling, I don't know whether it's precautionary or not. Hopefully it's not too serious. Yeah, fingers crossed for that injury, guys. And Duff was full of praise for Marshall. He said that he thought he deserved to start. The way he's trained, the way he's come on and affected games, his start against Morecambe. He's looked infectious. He took his goal really well. Brilliant finish. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I agree. Did deserve his start, in all honesty. You can't argue with that. And he then said about the fans, they were great again today. There were periods in the second half that they really got going because they see the lads needed it. It's a two-way relationship. We have to give them a team they're proud of, but sometimes we need them. So yeah, absolutely bang on. I can't argue with that either. So yeah, it was. We could tell we needed to keep the noise and help the lads over the line in that second half when things were getting a bit just too close to comfort, isn't it, 1-0? Because you know 1-0, anything is possible, guys, because obviously they haven't got a cushion. So it takes 1 second for Shrewsbury to have got a set piece, something, or, you know, a chance, which they had many of them chances, to score a goal. So, I don't know, it was just very uneasy. Henry's in. Hello, Ryan. Hope you're well. Hello, Henry. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, for me, Marshall did get the player of the match. I think that Mikael Miller deserves a lot of credit. Yesterday, I thought he was brilliant. The balls that we're getting in that box is unbelievable. The control that he has on that ball is brilliant as well. You know, he's so composed. You know, he covers a lot of ground. He gets stuck in as well. And I just like him. I really, really like him. I think he's a top player. And obviously, he looks very good. Obviously, I know he's had a few injury issues but in his past, but he looks very good here. He's had a good pre-season. And And yeah, he looks like he's enjoying his football, and he's staying injury free for now. Touch wood, that continues. Henry says, "I'm good, thank you, Ryan. What the on the win? I know 2-0 win. Yeah, obviously obviously it was a good win. Yeah, for us. So look, I think we kind of just get the impression here that we know we need to step up, because bigger tests do lie ahead of us. I'm just gonna see. Oh, let's have a look here. I think I know which tweet you're talking about here. Somebody put, yeah, I think they responded to somebody. I can't see the person's tweet over said that. But somebody quoted a tweet that he responded to. Say, is this a hint or a little bit of cheeky sarcasm, Kev? And he put the laughing emoji to that. So yeah, obviously he's teasing us with maybe another signing or two, but we'll just have to see. It's a big week. We want to get, like I said, we are shot. We do need another left side centre back, and we do need a striker, in my opinion. I think that's pretty clear. Now, we haven't done the player ratings, which I will go through the player ratings for this game, guys. I forgot to mention. So yeah. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on the game, by the way. It's good to hear you as well. Now, Lee Nichols, obviously, for me, he gets an 8. I think he was fantastic in this game, Nichols. The saves that he was making, he kept us in the game. And without him, we would have lost that game. I thought he was fantastic. So yeah, big up to Lee Nichols. An 8 for him, a very good 8. Tom Lees gets a 6. He did look a bit off it, Leeds, much of the first half. He allowed more to get past him than we used to, and showed a lot of sloppiness with the ball in some of his early touches. Got better from there though, and no issue at all in the second half. So yeah, for me, a 6 for Leeds. Helic gets a 7. Had a 1 or 2 tricky moments against Marquise, but overall reliable, helping us get the clean sheet. So yeah, number for me, 7 for Helic. Brody Spencer, yeah, for me, he gets a 5. Obviously he did put a crossing which counted a lead, albeit with a slight deflection, and then a header from a defender on its way through to Marshall. A bit fortunate when he was divvying around on the ball a bit at times, allowing Shrewsbury to block his attempts to play forward. Had to go off with that with a very, very looking Paquette, really bad injury. It looked shoulder injury. After that collision with Tom Bloxham, where he landed full force on top of Spencer after being tackled. So yeah, it's just a bit annoying that we've managed to get another injury in it. To be honest with you, Sorensen for me gets a 6. He got forward well, as you know, a little soft with defending though. I think a few times, looking a little bit unwilling to commit at times as well, when it might have been appropriate to do so. But yeah, he had a good game, but not one of his better games we've seen him, that's for sure. So yeah, 6 for me. Evans for me gets a 5. Like I say, pretty ineffective, to be honest with you. He hasn't been getting into games as much as I thought he would be doing. So he got his header wrong from Mikael Miller's cross, looping a very positive cross onto the top of the net. Worked hard, but like I said, just not his best on the ball, in my opinion. So for me, I give him a 5. Hogg had a very poor game, very below standards, I'm afraid, guys. I think Hogg gets a 5 as well. Got a shot off, which went over the bar. a bit overloaded at times, and Shrewsbury looked to counter, but dealt with it as best he could. He did take some oddly poor touches when receiving the ball, though, at times, and it really did, the amount of times he gave the ball away as well, you can't afford to do that. And yeah, he was very sloppy, and he'll know that. Ben Wiles, for me, gets a 6. Look, he put in a good shift, good solid work off the ball, absolutely, particularly when coming back to make recovery challenges. Influential on it at times with his position and some crafty little touches. Mixed in, though, with some heavier attempts to control it and then got away from him. So, like I said, his movement was lacking as well. So, for me, a 6. Mikael Miller, definitely a contender for the Man of the Match award, guys. Absolutely. Some may say that Miller should have got the Man of the Match over Marshall, because I thought Miller, the amount of times he got that ball in, the amount of times he got down that wing, the amount of times he did stuff so well, he was really the one that was trying to get the players up the pitch. Helic as well, another one that was trying to get up the, trying to drive the players up the pitch as well. But yeah, an 8 for me. Best player on the pitch. Constantly found the space for a big switcher play and used it well. Provided a dangerous low cross in the opening few minutes that should have been finished off. When neither Danny Ward or Marshall were able to connect, then put another on Marshall's head with his right foot. Won the ball well and protected it well when in possession, guys. So yeah, for me, Miller, outstanding performance. And yeah, he's a brilliant player. Danny Ward, for me, gets a 6. I'm sorry, but Danny Ward still, he might have made a few good runs, a few smart touches, but I just think at times when you need to hold the ball up, he really didn't do that. He did make some runs in, maybe, and tried to make things happen, but I just think his quality is lacking, guys, to be honest with you, and it's nothing against Danny Ward, but I just think really he isn't a starter for me, so I don't know why he continues to start games, to be honest with you. Callum Marshall gets a 7. Like I say, he did come in for Josh Karoma's place from the start, and able to capitalise on 2 early Miller crosses, not quite getting to the back post and seeing his header wide by Savin's feet 10 minutes later. Like I say, he did have a few chances before he scored, but obviously he managed to get on the score sheet then. But yeah, he had a load of chances. Pearson gets a 7. Did alright when he came on. Karoma, I thought was brilliant. Really a live wire when he came on. I thought Karoma just showed. He came on and he made an impact, and that's what you want your subs to do, of course. So yeah, like I say, a few moves that we created after he came on was down to him for Healy, but Healy couldn't finish them off. Especially the one, that one through ball for Reece Healy that was one with the keeper. I thought that was a brilliant ball through. But he did miss a sitter, guys, against the crossbar, but it was offside anyway. But yeah, he should have been scoring that. I suppose you could technically say it never happened in essence then, because obviously it wouldn't have been accounted. So, but yeah, for me, Kuroma really good. Healy, for me, he was very wasteful, wasn't he, when he came on? Yeah, okay, he was only on for a few, for 20 odd minutes, but yeah, for me, I think you have to give him a 4. I think he was very wasteful, and did. That's just my opinion. Kusumu, I thought Kusumu brought energy to that midfield when he came on. He was brilliant. Really brought a fresh injection of energy to the midfield that we needed. Worked well with Kuroma as well. Great cross for Kuroma as he hit the bar. So look, brilliant. And not your Penrose came on late. He isn't able to get a rating, so he was too late on to give a rating for him. Good to see him get a brief appearance. Herbie Kane's injured for 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I said that earlier. Yeah, I mean, it's just this is what I mean. You know, we pick up injuries, and it's just frustrating, isn't it? Obviously Spencer, we don't know what's happening with Spencer yet, but you know, I think that was always my biggest fear. And then the thing is, guys, I think if we lose either Sorensen or Miller, I think it'll be a big void to fill. I don't think we've got anybody that can come in and do it just as well. So. But look, let's have a look to finish with a few Town fans' comments on the game yesterday, because there were plenty of reaction. One second, let me see. There we go, let's have a look. This is a good comment here. Alpine Terrier on X says, we won, but that was a painful watch. In the first half, our defence was complacent, arrogantly assuming that we'd walk it. Duff needs to giving them the third degree. Second half, we tried harder, and the subs were a big improvement, but they just didn't click together. Duff will fix it. So yeah, absolutely. I think we made it harder than we should have done. Absolutely, if we're being honest. Let's have a look. What everybody's saying. Top. I'm going to go to the top. Yeah, no. When you want to find comments, you cannot find. In fact, a good place to check would be at the full-time whistle on the Town post, because it will just thingy me to everybody's comments. Here we are. Josh Taylor on X says, not an acceptable performance, was a good thing they were poor. Said it before, Hogg unfortunately is a bench player, can't have him starting games. We're due a thumping, wait till we play a good team like Stockport, Wrexham or Birmingham. Need to get a defender and or an attacker in. Yeah, so look, this person is obviously happy. So I understand that. Hogg, I said that before, is Hogg really a starter for us, guys? I don't think so. Andy says, lucky, sick of watching Danny Ward, but whole team lacks pace. Big week for Cartwright, Kevin Nagel. Get a striker in. Neil says, great to have 4 out of 4, but the performance have been diminishing returns. Not good at either end today. Yeah. Somebody else saying we need a left side centre back with pace. Mini says, another win, but we are going to have to figure out how to get through teams that are content to let us have the ball. Just need that someone with a bit of spark. Yeah. But yeah, there is a few comments there for you guys to kind of. So yeah, everyone's saying the same. Great win, but obviously a poor performance, not nowhere near good enough, and we know we need to be better than that. There's no, And then to be honest with you, I think we played well at Peterborough, but I don't think the performances, against Stevenage. You know, we played better in that game, but I think they were still far too off the pace at times. And then again yesterday. So look, we're winning. That's what counts. But yeah, we need more. We need more. And hopefully we can see. Hopefully we can get some players through the door, guys. This is what I'm hoping. Obviously Nagel, has teased us all with potentially a sign. So let's hope we see some movement in the next week. So yeah. Henry says, you're looking forward to the international break? Yeah, obviously. It probably will come at a good time for us. Probably. I think obviously it gives us a chance to maybe get obviously Bojan Radulovic back, and yeah, it just gives us more time, training ground, I guess. But I suppose sometimes if you've got momentum, you really want to stop as well. So there's two ways to look at it, isn't it? But the break will probably do us good. I don't particularly enjoy international breaks as a spectacle. Certainly not watching England anyway, because we know how bad that's been. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what I think. Now let's have a look at the EFL Fantasy League table after game week 3, guys. Let's have a look here. So as you can see, Luke still remains top of the leaderboard with 181 points. He is a mainstay this week. Ben, aka Cooks, has moved up to second, and he has 171 points. I have moved up a place now to third with 163 points. As you can see, a very good week for me. Orest is down to 4th, so Orest, you have been overtaken, unfortunately. But yes, maybe you will catch me up at some point, but I don't know. And then obviously A. Richards has moved down, 152 points. C. Sykes has moved up to 145, 6th player. 7th, Josh, 144 points. He's gone down. J. Smith has gone up to 127. D. Mercer's gone down to 115. And N. Greenu, probably said your name wrong. Bakile, let's go on that, has remained at the bottom of the leaderboard. So yeah, so that is how it looks after game week 3. Not forgetting Blackpool at home, Portsmouth. That'll be another midweek game. Yeah. We didn't know if we were going to be playing through the international break, did we? But obviously, the Blackpool game, which is obviously on the international break weekend, it's been postponed. So yeah, another midweek game. Which look, I don't know when they're going to fit that in, because as we know in this league, it's just constant, isn't it? We might have the odd full week like we did, the past, before like we did last week, but yeah, you don't get them often. So especially as the season goes on, it's more and more, isn't it? So yeah, it's one of those. At least it's at home. I'm gonna go now. I'm just letting you know this was a great stream. Big up and have a good rest of the evening. Yeah, big to Josh. Thank you for tuning in. We are gonna wrap up anyway. In a few moments. To be fair, I think we have said everything we need to say, to be honest with you, haven't we? Obviously, we're back tomorrow for the preview to the Walsall game, so I'll be live tomorrow. That might be a shorter preview show than usual, but we will still go live and do a little bit of a review there. Preview, sorry, Womanek. But yeah, I want to just thank everybody for tuning in this evening. Thank you for all your contributions in the chat. Big up to yourselves. I appreciate you all. Please do make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and if you're watching this on playback, let me know your thoughts on this game. It is obviously we do remain the pace setters in the division with 9 points out of 9, alongside 2 other teams, Stockport and Charlton Athletic. So we are. But like I said, let's just see how we can go over the next week. But we're back tomorrow anyway for the preview to the Walsall game in the Carabao Cup second round. Hopefully we can get through another round, which will be good. Obviously we know the priority of the league, but a win's a win. Winning breeds confidence, and that's what we need to continue to do for as long as we can. But yeah, you can follow me on my socials, guys, down below. HGFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter as well. So go and give me a follow on those. And have a good rest of the evening, whatever you get up to. And I will see you here tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the preview to the Walsall game. Take care, stay safe. And as always, up the town, Michael Duff's Barmy Army. Big up to you, Aidan. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and up the town. Anyway, see you later, guys, and we'll see you very, very soon. Take care.